Good morning, just nearly afternoon. Welcome to a rather rainy Oxfordshire. We're currently sat at RAF Abingdon, what used to be RAF Abingdon, it's now Dalton Barracks, not far from where I live. I haven't really got a plan for today's flight, similar to yesterday's and similar to most of my flights. All we're going to be doing is trying to dodge the bugs that are in the new update for this sim. We've got a few new bits and pieces which are quite good, but on the whole there's a lot of stuff that's causing a myriad of issues. So we're going to do our best to avoid them today, but if the stream does crash or the game crashes back to desktop, please bear with me. I will get it back up and running as soon as I can. So yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to get started here. We're going to take off, and the first thing we're going to do is get up above this weather. Probably head south. We're probably going to France today, I think. Have a look around there. Other than that, if anyone's got any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments or by other means. I am on Facebook, and also if you drop me a line, if you have my number, basically, or if you got me on WhatsApp. But yeah, so we'll get this up and running. There's a few changes to the display which I'll go through in a moment when it's all booted up. Turn on some navigation and strobe lights. We're going to want the landing lights today, and we're also going to want some interior lights just for now. I'll probably turn them off a bit later on. Turn that down a little bit, bring these up just so I can see what I'm doing. That looks better already. Unfortunately, I don't have windscreen wipers, but once I get above a certain speed, that rain will disappear off the windscreen at a rapid rate of knots. So in this latest update, they've given us a new set of displays which are a little bit more accurate to what's actually in the aircraft. They're not 100% all integrated and working just yet, but I have enough to be getting on with at the moment. I've got different kind of, I can put the map here, or I can put the map in here. In here is quite cool, but it covers up a few bits and pieces, but we should leave it there for now. Well, so go back, put the CDI to nav, sorry, GPS. So I've not laid in a course just yet because I'm winging it, as they say. It's given me now with this new setup, it's given me engine data as well. This isn't 100% functioning at the moment. There is an update coming in the next couple of weeks. It also gives me charts and a checklist and other bits and pieces as well, which is very handy. Saves me having to go into another screen in the sim to do it. So we're just going to let stuff warm up quick. Shouldn't take too long. This isn't so much of an issue warming up wise in this plane. with stuff like the DC6 you really have to do it. And this one tends to warm up quite quickly. I've got good oil pressure and oil temperature. So we shan't worry about the autopilot setting up just for now. I can do that as and when I need to. We'll just leave that as an inset map as normal. The only thing I don't like about this new update is it's taken away my no smoking and seatbelt lights. Can't actually do anything with them now, which is a bit of a shame. Turn that on. In fact, we'll put the flight director on. We shall set it to heading mode because I haven't set a GPS path yet. But what we'll probably end up doing is just we'll probably end up just going north a little bit, and then we'll hook down and end up going south towards France. It's basically, I mean, there's no plan today. I mean, if anyone wants to go anywhere and see anything, let me know and we can do it. I just wanted to get out and do a bit of flying, so didn't fly yesterday because of the issues. Leave that as this. Right, so what we'll do, it's a bit rainy and drizzly, but the runway is kind of over here somewhere. We're going to take off of one of the runways that's actually closed, but no one's going to shout at us. So put in a bit of reverse thrust. Bit of left rudder. Absolutely horrible day today. Might need a pushback assist on this one. That's better. Sometimes it has a few little issues. There we go. Should be enough. I used to run a few mods on this plane just to kind of improve the handling and stuff, but I've had to remove a fair amount of everything just to get to the point where the sim will run properly. But it's still flyable and it's still usable. It's just a little bit annoying that every time they update it, it tends to knock out half a dozen other things that you kind of use. But as I say, we shall bear with it and do our best. They've added little rooster tails to the wheels as well, which is quite cool. It also tells me which way the wind's going. So I'm going to be taking off from this runway. Normally I go into internal cockpit view for takeoff, but I'm going to stay outside just so you can see the the kind of effects off the wheels, which I think are quite cool. Looks a bit better there. So it's little touches, but that looks pretty cool for me. So it's quite a strong wind we're heading into, so she took off quite easily. So this is where I'm quite glad for the instruments, because as you can tell, it's a little bit pea soup out today. I'll make sure we're not going nose up too much. We bring the flaps up. We'll just hold it about there. So we've got a nice 1200 feet pretty much straight away, and we're going to just leave the climb at about 500-600 feet per minute. Let the speed build up. It is quite blowy, so it is climbs jumping around a little bit. Okay, so we can turn the landing lights off and the taxi lights off. We'll leave everything else on for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is I shall keep it on this heading. See, what they've added is it's a little indicator to show you kind of where I'm heading on this as well, which is quite handy. So put the yaw damper autopilot and just leave on heading, and we shall select the altitude. Lets me. I'll set it at 2,600 feet, which is my current altitude. Props in the red, which will bring that back a little bit. There we go. So we should hold ourselves at about, what are we? 2,600 feet. Just let the speed build up a bit. And then what I'll do is I'll go for a bit more of a climb through the cloud. And then we'll head south. So yeah, it's a little bit pea soup out today, so I'm relying on the gauges just to kind of give me an idea of where we're going and what's happening. So that's a good speed. So we're going to start a bit more of a climb, get us out of this not quite sure how high this cloud bank is going to, but we shall go to 5,000 feet and vertical speed of about 500. There we go. 600 is good. 550. That should do us for now. So you can just see a little bit of the ground now in between patches. We shall be going up above this. Looking at the weather. In one of the pre-flight screens, it is a big bank of cloud and rain and crap just sat right over the top of Abingdon, which is quite cool, because it is actually honking it down outside my house now, and it is a bit grey and drizzly, so that's pretty accurate. In fact, what we'll do, I'm just going to test to see if the weather radar works in this new update. It may or may not. No, it's not. It's not implemented yet, which is a bit of a shame. The old one had a kind of weather radar that would show me what was going on. What I would like to do is change the direction of this, but that's not letting me do that either at the minute, which is a shame. I say the new system is in development and they're adding bits all the time, so yes, it's still not doing it in there. That's a shame. I'm going to turn south to get out of this weather. Nearest, damn it. There we go, that'll do. And increase the climb as well a little bit. Yeah, we just hit 5,000 feet and we're still in the cloud, so going to 10. Don't need oxygen just yet. So this tells me what my feet per minute climb is. So that's 550. This is the altitude we're at the minute, and this is the target altitude. This is the airspeed. This is the compass. That's the direction I'm going at the moment. This would tell me the direction to my set waypoint, which I haven't set. This is telling me what my heading is. It's just a double. It tells me I've got heading set, autopilot and vertical speed. That's all automated. That's doing its own thing. And it's still pea soup. What's going on? So I'm hoping at about 10,000 feet we should break through this cloud layer, or actually come out of it. Yeah, so for those who have just joined, we're just doing a random flight around the UK today, just trying to dodge some of the bugs that are in the sim after the latest update. Flying the Cessna 208, which is my go-to. Had to have the livery altered a little bit because one of the nameplate covering option that I had done was interfering with the Garmin's, and there's a few other bugs as well I've had to kind of come round. I usually have render scaling up above 100, about 150, 150%, but I've had to bring that down to 100 because it's affecting the cloud rendering, and it's giving it all kind of weird pixelations and stuff like that. So that's at 100%. Hopefully after the hotfix later today, it should all be sorted, but they've not mentioned that in the in the hotfix. Okay. Right, so I have a flight plan coming in. See if I can find it. Oh yeah, it's pea soup. Pea soup. Trying to get up above it, but it's not happening. I would stick my head outside, John, but unfortunately, I'm doing 134 knots, so it wouldn't be advantageous to my looks. We're starting to break through now. Coming through a little pocket. And straight back into another pocket again. So I reckon it's probably another 3,000 to 4,000 feet above what I'm doing now. Let's have a look. Yeah, hopefully with that 10,000 feet we should be going high enough to pop out of this soon. Right, I need to find an airport near Carcassonne. Probably butchering that name. I'll write that down. Excuse me, I'm getting a notepad out. This is highly professional. I've got plenty of fuel, so the south of France is doable. Right, let's have a look on the old map. What I need is an airport close to that area. There we go. So we're heading to, excuse my butchering of the language, Carcassonne today. Inhabited since the Neolithic, Carcassonne is located in the plain of the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Aude, between historic trade routes linking the Atlantic to the Mediterranean Sea and the Massif Central to the Pyrenees. Its strategic importance was quickly recognised by the Romans, who occupied its hilltop until the demise of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century. It was taken over by the Visigoths, who founded the city within 3 centuries. It briefly came under the Islamic rule. There you go. Turbulence. Its strategic location led successful rulers to expand its fortifications until the Treaty of the Pyrenees in 1659. Its citadel, known as the Cité de Carcassonne, is a medieval fortress dating back to the Gallo-Roman period and restored by the theorist and architect Eugene Vaulet-Leduc in 1853. I can bet you 100 quid I butchered that name. It was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites in 1997. Consequently, Carcassonne relies heavily on tourism, but also counts manufacturing and winemaking as some of its other key economic sectors. Cool. What I need to do, copy, paste, airports. Oh, there's actually an airport in Carcassonne. That's handy. need the airport code, and we're laughing. As you can see, we're up above the clouds now. That didn't take long. Let's say when I was doing my flight training a couple of years ago, my instructor told me that the sunshine is only ever 5 minutes away maximum, and I kind of thought, what you on about? But literally the sun is always shining on the UK. It's just usually hidden by clouds, thunderstorms, lightning and general other stuff. Right, so we need to head to Lima Foxtrot Mike Kilo. Right, so this will be a good test of this new system. So here, there we go. Lima Foxtrot Mike Kilo. That's saying Carcassonne. Hopefully that's the right one. Activate that. It's down here somewhere. Okay. Go away. Active flight plan. Yes, this is one of the trouble. I don't know how to get rid of this screen now. It's fun, but what I shall do is go to play with that in a minute. Go to nav, and that should turn me onto heading to take me down there. Yeah, why that's done that, I don't know. Right, we'll just have to live with that. That's obviously an error somewhere. I don't know how to get rid of it. No, we don't need a map anyway. Right, so we're now en route to the south of France. Once it sorts its life out. I would tell you how far it was, but unfortunately this is in the way. Right. I'm currently sat at 10,000 feet. So having a bit of a wander for some reason. Do this manually for now. So not everything at the moment is working 100% as intended, but I'll get rid of that. Why can't I get rid of that? That's screw it. Right, this is either going to work or we're going to nosedive. But I'm going to shut down the second avionics. No, there's nothing. Oh well, we'll live with it. Carcassonne is located in the south of France, about 80 kilometers, 50 miles east of Toulouse. Its strategic location between the Atlantic and the Mediterranean Sea has been known since the Neolithic era. The town's area is about 65 kilometers squared, 25 miles squared, which is significantly larger than the numerous small towns in the area. History. The first signs of a settlement there were around 3500 BC. In 1067, Carcassonne became the property of Raymond Bernard Trencavel, Viscount of Albi and Nimes, through his marriage with Ermengold, sister of the last Count of Carcassonne. In the following centuries, the Trencavel family allied in succession with either the Counts of Barcelona or of Toulouse. They built the Chateau Comtal and the Basilica of Saints Nazarus and Salus. In 1096, Pope Urban II blessed the foundation stones of the new cathedral. Yeah. Sounds quite a nice place. Looking at pictures of it, it's do. This might work or not. To here, then go to here. Do this, and then do this. Excuse typing for the moment. Bringing up some pictures of it. Don't necessarily want the Wikipedia one, thank you very much. Put it out there. Oh, the city of Prince of Thieves, Carcassonne. Make that a bit bigger. Don't know why Google does this. I just want to enlarge this picture. I won't play the video because I'll probably get binned. But pictures of the castle. Or is it the chateau? I don't know, one of the two. The city walls. This looks quite a nice picture. Oh, I don't want to buy it, for God's sake. Oh, it certainly looks very beautiful anyway. Okay, so we are just heading over the Isle of Wight. Not that you'd actually ever see it, because oh, it might do, it might be lucky. Stand by, stand by. Might see the last little bits of it as we go over. There we go. Just the Isle of Wight down there, about 10,000 feet below. And so the whole of the south of England is pretty much covered in cloud today. Hopefully when we get towards France it'll clear up a little bit. I am tempted to try and go down below it, but then we'll just end up going through pea soup again and we won't see a damn thing. I really do want to get rid of this. Active flight plan, so that should be this. Yeah, I don't know why that's all of a sudden. Yeah, I think it's a graphic bug. Normally I could hit it on one of these buttons down here and it would turn off the avionics and back on again. What I might try is turning off all the avionics and turn them back on again so they reboot from nothing, which is the equivalent of turning the PC off and back on again, but I'm doing it at 10,000 feet, so this could go badly. Hold on to your hats. That's the second display off, and this should turn everything off. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, still the same. What a pain that is. Oh well. Engage autopilot. I'll probably have to do a complete shutdown and restart. But that's probably not a good idea at this altitude. Distance of 458 nautical miles. Set it back to nav mode and see if it will play ball now. Looking at the sea down there, it's pretty rough. There's a few bugs, unfortunately. It's a shame. That should be a showcase camera, not a fixed. But, yeah. Oh well. Hopefully the hotfix later will sort that out. I was having issues with holding the GPS track at the minute as well. As you can tell, it's going left, right, left, right, left, right. Which isn't good. What it should be doing is following this pink line, but at the minute it's going left of it, right of it, left of it, right of it. So we're just gonna use the old-fashioned. So the oil damper isn't working either, which isn't clever. We'll switch back to heading mode. And that should give me the rough heading of where we're going. I'll just correct it as and when I need to. Yeah, I was quite surprised the that Carcassonne has actually got an airport in the town, or the city I should say. So that's where we're heading now. We're going to do when we get there, we'll do a couple of laps before we land, just so we can have a look at the local area. Yeah, we've got a bit of an issue with the this whole thing shouldn't be here. It should have disappeared, but I think they mentioned that in the hotfix list. A bit of a pain in the ass, but there we go. So yeah, we'll just continue this way for now, keeping a wary eye on the horizon. So there are other players about. I've got multiplayer turned on, but whether or not I actually see any is might do, he might not. You'll see the identification lights before anything else. So yeah, I was going to do a bit more painting today, but I decided not to. Because the next bit of painting I have to kind of move all my PC stuff out the way, and I haven't got the willpower to do that today. So we're going to have a chill out Friday, and probably carry on and do a little bit more as and when I can during the week. Yeah, it's quite windy down there. What I might do, just see what the wind's doing. If this works, hey, my lord. We have a 42 knot crosswind. That's why the GPS is struggling, I think. I may need to descend, because that's going to cook through fuel rather quickly. In fact, I'm just going to make sure. Altimeter 29.8. So we need to alter this. 29.8. So we're actually 200 feet below what we thought we were, which is a problem with me gassing too much and not concentrating. Just hitting random buttons now just to try and get rid of that. Yeah, hopefully all next week all this will be implemented, and that'll be sorted. Oh, we might see the French coast coming up soon, I think. There we go. With the turbulence. Hold on to your lunches. Right, I'm going to descend down to 5,000 and see what that wind is doing, because across ways it's not a great idea. So to do that I need to go here, select 5,000, and then vertical speed of 5, we do 500. Okay, so I need to watch the speed as well. So we're going to dive back down into that cloud bank or just above, just to see what the wind, if the wet changes the wind a little bit. It's gone to 12 already. Must have just updated the I'll hold at this altitude for now. That's another bug as well. It's updating the real world weather in blocks rather than seamless, kind of smoothly. Can't speak this morning. Yeah, it should be kind of doing it constantly, but for some reason it's kind of waiting, and as soon as you cross a certain line it seems to be just kind of banging the new real-time weather in. So that I can quite handle that 12 knot crosswind, and we shall try putting it back into nav mode again just to see if that stops it yawing and mucking around. Should do a bit of a right turn and then a bit of a left turn to get me back onto onto track, then it shouldn't keep snaking around, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, distance 430 nautical miles, and it's probably another 2.5 hours. What I may do is kind of cheat a little bit and get a bit of a faster plane at some point. Might land in France somewhere, change planes, and then carry on down. But we might do that, to be fair. I don't think people are going to want to sit here for 2.5 hours watching me dodge clouds. So we'll land at the nearest airport in France, and then we shall take off from Carcassonne Airport and do a fly around. I'll use a small plane so we can see, that's not even playing the game, is it, that? So that's another thing to add to the list of broken things. Yeah, what we'll do, we'll go over the coast of France. I will then find the closest runway to land at. We shall then decamp to Carcassonne Airport, and I shall use one of the smaller planes, which is I can go quite low and slow with them, and we shall have a tour of Carcassonne. If I had another person here, they could be kind of reading out the description of the place as I'm flying, because I don't know whether I'll be able to do the same both at the same time. Yeah, so we're about halfway across the channel now. Let's have a look for an airport. I can't put in the updated airport code because of this stupid thing. So I think the closest one is LFRC, which is off to it's on our right wing. So if I do head a bit west. This is proper winging flying it, this is. Should do about there, I think. Yeah, so we're going to land here. Not quite sure what airport that is. I don't have a map, unfortunately. Yeah, what I'd normally do is hit the destination and then do all this and put the code in, but for some reason that's staying up, which isn't clever. Yeah, we should be able to see the medieval town. It should be in the sim. So they're using, whether it looks 100% what it does in real life, it should have the basics, although they did a point of interest update in France, so it should hopefully be pretty close, but we shall find out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to land here at this airport and then switch planes. In fact, I think if I look here, I think these beaches here were the D-Day landing beaches. Omaha, Utah, Sword, Juneau, from memory. I think there was another one. But yeah, so all along here was where they, I think from kind of Point de Hoc all the way down kind of this way was all the different beaches that they landed on D-Day. Jersey. Right, so start descending. Close that. This time we'll be going down to 5,000 feet. Clouds be damned. Vertical speed. Cool. That's it. So we're heading down at 1,000 feet per minute, which is well within its flight envelope. You just see France popping through the clouds. So I've not landed at this airport before, so you have to bear with me while I orientate myself. Just have a quick browse of Facebook. Yeah, so you can just see France popping through the clouds now. So it's looking like it's quite a good cloud base today, all over the place. Yeah, so most of my other planes are pretty much 99% there. This one seems to have a few issues more than all the others. We had to redo, the guy that does my liveries, the paint schemes for the plane, he had to redo a little bit for me because it was causing issues with the kind of GPS, shall we say. But that was all sorted. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been to France a couple of times with the family. The family had a holiday here a couple of years ago. And that's why we're going down there today. It was recommended. So went on a couple of school trips to France. That was Mont Blanc area. I think it was Mont Blanc area both times. Definitely was the first time. I can't remember the second time. But yeah, lovely area, south of France. So the only holidays, what was it? The last holiday I went on was to Spain. Abroad holidays, anyway. But yeah, hopefully, once I've got a few things sorted, start going abroad a bit more. And when the world's kind of settled down a little bit, if you don't want to be going abroad at the moment, that is not a good idea. Let's bring up the map again. Yeah, we're getting kind of close now. It's quite a large runway here by the look of it. Which way is the wind blowing? Straight at me, which doesn't help at all for this runway. Should be off to 1 o'clock somewhere. What I'll do is I'll fly over it and then we'll have a look. Zoom out on this map a little bit. This is where we are. Just come over the channel, over the Isle of Wight. I'm going to be landing here. See what the altitude's doing. What are we at? Right, we're at 5,000, so I'm going to come off of autopilot. Turn that rubbish off. And then we're going to go back out to sea a little bit. I don't know quite what the wind is. Wind's on my nose. So I could do a landing this way. So we're going to be coming from the inland side and landing towards the sea. So we'll be coming in this way. The wind's coming straight on my nose, so it's going to help if I'm going that way. So it should be... There she is. That's the runway there. That's good. Good spot. We've got some wind turbines below us. Not going to go play with them today. Just slow down a little bit. As you can tell, I've got air traffic control turned off today because I can't be bothered with them chirping in my ear whilst I'm trying to deal with bugs and stuff as well. So we're not going to fly a base pattern today, we're just going to go straight in. Normally what you do is you either fly a left or right hand base and then turn into the airport and then land, but we're just going to send it today. We're going to get in there, get landed, get parked, and then I'm going to quickly swap planes, and then we're going to head down to the Carcassonne. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not, but we're going to head down there and have a fly around. So I've got the first stage of flaps in. Just going to dump the second stage in now. I don't know how well you can hear the plane. You should have heard it kicking. 500 feet. Keep the revs up. Slight crosswind. Yeah, still 12 knot crosswind. Hence why I'm flying a little bit on the angle. But it's well within tolerance. It's got two runways, a little short one and a nice long one. Always go for the long one. Boom. So let's kind of drift down onto the runway. Should have a bit of a kick to the right in a minute. There we go. Nose wheel touch. Bring the flaps back up. Yeah, it looks a little bit more pixelated today because I'm having to run it at a lower resolution than I normally do. I normally upscale it. I'm running on a 1080p monitor, but the software can upscale to just below 4K using software, but there's an issue with that at the moment. So I'm having to run it at 1080p. So the kind of the edges of the wings will look a little bit jaggy, which is a pain, but it's livable for now. Right, I'm just going to come in here and park up. A couple of other planes floating around. Just cutting across everyone. Quite a nice little plane. DA62, I believe. Unfortunately, no, I can't do an in-flight movie. Your onboard entertainment is me. The last time I did an in-flight small film was on the Okavango Delta flights I was doing in South Africa, and I got a copyright strike on that one, so I'm not doing that again. So just shut this down. Bear me 2 seconds. Right, so I'm back. Okay, let's get out of this. Go back to the main menu. We need to go to... Yeah, so this is showing areas of precipitation. And where we took off from Oxford, it was literally 100%. and that's where we landed. Where did we land? There. We landed here, just outside Brettville. So we are going to magically head south to LF Mike Kilo. Nope. Stop in a pain. LFMK. There we go. And that is right down here. Trying to pick a. That looks like a nice little spot. We shall pick that one. And we shall change planes as well. That one's too big. That one's too all over the place. Too big, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. That one's okay, but there's not very good vision out the front. These are some of the newer planes. They've got skis on that one and water pontoons on that one. Floats, I should say. That's too fast. That one's quite a good one. That's too big. You want a nice slow one. Click on that one a minute. Seem to remember that one having quite a good field of view as well. I'm not using this one because that's an absolute death trap. So yeah, we use this one. Let's see what liveries we've got. Oh, it's a new one. We'll use that one as well. Right. So we are taking off from Carcassonne Airport now. Okay. My Uncle John was watching, but he's had to go. He's off to Goodwood Races. God damn it, am I not entertaining you people? Have a good time. So, we are in this little badger. It's very small, but it's also very slow, so it's good for kind of don't need you very much, thank you. This one you can get out and push. And what I'm gonna do is, because we actually want to see what's going on, I'm gonna alter the weather. Set it to just a few clouds. Waiting for this airport crew person to finish what she's doing. And we're going to head to this runway over here, and then we're going to take off and have a fly around. It looks like it's all over here. But when we get up in the air, we should be able to see where we need to fly to. Right. So this plane is a bit Billy basic. As you can tell by looking at it, it's a lot of fiberglass, so it's quite light. So I don't know whether anyone else is flying about today. There was a few people on the map. she'll go out this way. In fact, it's probably worth having a look around, make sure there's no one else about. That's fine. Laps are good. She'll send it, as they say. That's my jet over there. I've not been here before, so I don't know how well they've rendered the city in the game, but hopefully it'll be pretty close. There you go. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to risk an issue and put the render scaling back up again, because at the minute you can't really see what's going on the ground. It's a bit better. I think they've probably got the general layout of it. Just pausing in mid-air there. Could probably do with a little bit more finessing, but I think the general layout is close to what it should be. Let's alter the lighting a little bit. Bear me 2 seconds. Push off. Don't know why that's on. That off. I found a lot of stuff looks a lot better earlier on in the morning. There you go, just a little bit better. It seems to wash it, if it midday-ish, it tends to wash everything out colour wise, and it's a bit kind of not so good. But if I set the time of day to just like morning or evening, it does tend to look a little bit more realistic. So we've got a big cathedral there. Just change that back to, I'm getting errors already. To 200. So it only seems to be the rendering resolution that causes the issues. I can put everything else up to ultra or max and it's not an issue. Yeah, so this is Carcassonne. Looks like it's got a bit of an amphitheatre in it as well. That's quite cool. Don't know how accurate that is. If I had a helicopter, I could probably land in there. Oh, hopefully that was worth the wait. I don't know how well it represents what it is actually in real life because I've not been there, but it's any trouble with little planes, they get buffeted around quite a bit. In fact, while we're doing the south of France, I may land again and we'll head to Chamonix, I think it is. And we can have a go around Mont Blanc. So I'm kind of winging the ideas at the minute. If anyone's got any other suggestions of where they would like to see or fly, let me know. I am more than open to suggestions. A little bit high, but it doesn't really matter in these planes too much. I can use the whole length of the runway. What is good at the minute is we've had a big influx of players, new players, because this game is launched on the Xbox console, the Xbox S and the Xbox Series X. So we're getting a lot more people coming in and playing this sim, which is awesome. Oh, braking, turning, fantastic. Turn the weather back to live. Time back to live. Okay. Which way are they looking? Just cutting right across the airport here. I'm coming, calm down. Brakes are a little bit good on this. A little bit more. Cool. Thank you very much. Oh, we lost the stream then. Cool. Right, so as I say, it's pretty much going to be south of France today because we kind of headed down that way. Google. Just looking for an airport. Bear with me 2 seconds. remove. Should be around here somewhere. There we go. Knew I'd find you in the end, you little monkey. Right, so switch planes again. I'm going to need something with a bit more power to it. There's someone here as well. We shall start in the taxi parking over here. That's where we're going to end up. It's going to take a bit of a climb, but we shall see what the weather's doing first, to be fair. Lovely. It's like pea soup again. Let's play God a little bit, 2 seconds. Don't necessarily want clear skies, we'll have a few scattered clouds, would be nice. And it's a bit mountainous. Right, might have chosen the wrong one here. This is going to be quite tight to get out of, to get onto the runway. But we shall give it a go. Oh, I think I'm in a loading dock. Oh dear. Okay, I should be out there somewhere, but we'll give it a go. Right, let's get these systems booted up quick. Strobe, beacon, navigation, battery 2, taxi light, landing lights, flood and panel, pitot heat, prop, de-ice turn off for now. Yeah. Cool. Flaps to take off. See what the problem is the wingspan and the gap. Square peg, round hole. Not getting through there. Have to hope I can squeeze through here. It's going to be tight. It's fine, no problem. Nothing to see here. Mind the cement mixer. Alright, let's go the other way. We will get there, he says. I'm not so worried about the buildings, it's the trees that do the damage. Right. Yeah, hook a right a little bit sharpish. There you go. This is quite a short runway. So it's going to be a case of hoping that I have enough speed. There you go. Crash to desktop. Need that happen. Right, we'll try again. I knew that'd happen eventually. That's what one of the bugs is at the minute. It just kind of locks up and crashes. That's what I might do. Is just end the stream there, and I might do another stream doing that rover mechanic simulator for a bit, because this is obviously a little bit unstable at the moment. I'll just let it boot up and then I'll come back out of it. Yeah, so unfortunately it is a little bit unstable at the moment. They're doing a patch later on today, which should fix probably 10% of the problems, but it will sort the crashing to desktop out, which would be good. But what I'll do is I'll just let it boot up, I'll exit back out again, I'll shut the stream down, and then I'll start up another one. Because we're going to be playing a different game. Oh look, rhinoceros. Right. So yeah, so if you bear with me a couple of minutes, I'll set up a new stream and we'll play the Rover Mechanic Simulator or Tin Can. I'm not sure what. Yeah, but we shall. I'm not going to end today like that. I shall do another stream. So I shall see you again soon, hopefully.